I'm Simon and I'm a misfit.
Hi, I'm Lise.
Hi, I'm Doran. Hi, I'm Leroy.
Hi, I'm Nilufar.
And we are Misfits too!
So welcome back to our instructional video series of how to make this pensioner sitting on a rock feeding birds. In this video we are going to show you how to paint him just like you see him now. I've got the help of these 4 extra misfits who just wanted to come and be part of the painting video. So we're going to take you through the process now.
So we're going to start off with the rock. Now, because the rock already has a pretty natural color, we're not going to do much to it. We're just going to give it a coat of water wash. So what we do is we mix 10% paint with 90% water, and this way we get a very watery mixture that we can just apply with a sponge. Just make sure that when you apply the paint, you don't have too much water or paint in your sponge because it will leak out and it will create a bit of a mess. So just a little bit of mixture and then you start applying. As you see, it doesn't do much, which is exactly what we want. We just want to accentuate the texture of the rock a little bit more. Before you start applying paint to the statue, we recommend to first try it out on a piece of rock or a piece of cardboard or something to make sure that you have the right color to start with.
Now that the rock is done, let's protect it with a plastic bag and some masking tape just to make sure we don't end up dripping paint when we paint the rest of the sculpture.
Prepare the color you like in a darker and a lighter shade. Start by applying a darker color and cover the whole surface. If you apply your second layer with a dry brush, you can create nice effects, like the leathery look we chose for the hat. Make sure to wipe your brush on a rag until it holds very little paint, and hold your brush flat against the surface you are painting so that the creases are not painted. This way you create added contrast and a realistic look. For the highlights, use an even lighter shade of your color to paint the edges and create extra depth.
We chose to paint the ribbon of the hat blue, and it's the same blue that we'll be using to paint the shirt. We've chosen to use the same colours on different parts of the sculpture. For example, the blue on the hat will match the blue of the shirt, and also the colour of the hat will match the colour of the shoes. And this creates a sense of harmony in the paint job.
Make sure to also cover all the little tiny holes in the cement with paint, or your painting job will look sloppy. If you apply your second coat more thickly, like we are doing here for the shirt, you cover most of the base layer, but still leave it visible in the folds of the fabric. For the arms, we first give them a darker skin color following the same technique. To make the veins look realistic, we paint them green before we apply the lighter skin color on top. Use a more watery mixture when you paint over the veins so that the color shines through. The pants looked so realistic already that we decided it did not need anything more than one layer.
Now we can remove the plastic bag and the masking tape which is protecting the rock, and this allows us to do a good job where we paint the transition between his clothes, where he's sitting, and the rock. For the shoes, we're using exactly the same colours and the same method that we showed you how to paint the hat, starting with the base layer of a darker colour and then coming over the top with a lighter shade. Using a dry brush with the lighter shade over the top allows us to accentuate the effect of the creases and also gives a more worn leather look on the shoes. We're painting the soles of the shoe a slightly lighter shade, which is very characteristic of leather shoes. For the bird, because the feathers are a combination of white and black, we're going to start with a base layer of grey and then come over the top with the white and black to create the details.
We decided that we wanted to paint a pattern on the shirt of our old man to give him a bit of a Hawaiian look. We went for palm trees and tried out a few test runs on a piece of cardboard until we got it right.
Technique is very simple. You start with a base layer of a dark colour, then come over the top with a finer brush to paint the leaves.
We chose a pattern to follow to make it look real, since all printed fabrics follow a certain pattern.
Paint the details on the bird, we start by filling in the black areas such as the head and the chest, and we also get a fine brush and start painting lines on the wings like this to create a sense of depth. Once all of the areas requiring black paint are complete, we then do exactly the same thing with the white paint, filling in the solid areas. And once these areas are filled in, we can get a very dry brush and blend them to create a furry feathered look. Paint the fingernails with the lighter shade of the skin color. For the birdseed in the hand, very simply paint a dark layer of brown to begin with, then dust over the top with a lighter shade to create the texture.
For the eyebrows, mix a bit of black in with your skin color to make it more grayish. I used the same color and technique to emphasize the edge of the eyelid. I painted a black circle for the iris and the pupil. Then brightened up the irises by circling the pupils with a lighter brown. Always add 1 or 2 spots of white in the iris to imitate the reflection of light. To paint the lips, add some red to your skin color. Remember not to make it too red or your old man will look like he is wearing lipstick. To make him look older, emphasize the wrinkles by using the same mixture we used for the eyebrows and eyelids and apply with a small brush inside of the wrinkles. You can also add a few lines to emphasize his old age around the face. Add some water to the same color and use a sponge to make the skin of the arms look older too. For the hair, we applied first a darker layer of gray. Then painted a lighter gray on top with the flat side of a brush to emphasize the texture that was already created with cement and bring it all to life.
Now to finish everything off, we're painting the base of the platform green, which blends in with the environment. And now we've taken you through every step of creating your sculpture of a pensioner sitting on a rock feeding birds. I hope you've had as much fun making your sculpture at home as we've had making these videos for you. Stay tuned, always more videos to come at Misfits Unified. Happy sculpting and see you later.
Yeah!